Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local news for Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. King of the Hammers and squatters were the topics at last night's meeting of the Landers Homestead Valley Association. Reporter Annalise Kuiper was there.
During the community reports, Detective Tyler Bengard expressed his gratitude that the week-long King of the Hammers event was over. Law enforcement had a busy time of it, with injuries from rollovers to fights, but fortunately there were no fatalities. The squatters associated with a fire last month have been cited for trespassing and can now be arrested for second-degree burglary, as the owner of the property has filed the necessary complaint. The property has been red-tagged. San Bernardino County Supervisor Don Rowe's field representative Glenn Harris reported that on the second Tuesday of every even month, representatives from Congressman Obenalty's office will be available in the Mesquite Room at the Yucca Valley Community Center from 2 to 4 p.m. to answer questions of concern to the public. Even months are February, April, June, August, etc. Recently, the board received a letter from the California State Department of Justice that their charitable organization registration was revoked due to non-compliance since 2019. Cordelia Reynolds, who will be taking over as treasurer as soon as this matter is resolved, has volunteered to create a binder of bylaws and job descriptions for each board position so that such an oversight never reoccurs. All the necessary papers have been gathered to be sent to the DOJ, along with a payment of $150 to cover the years of noncompliance, and a petition for reinstatement of charitable organization registration. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
The Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter Board of Directors has announced that longtime animal advocate Wendy Jordan has been hired to oversee the organization as their new executive director. Joining us with more news from the shelter is online news editor Robert Hayden.
Wendy started her career in veterinary medicine 19 years ago as a licensed veterinary technician and has worked in general practice, emergency care, urgent care, ICU, and oncology. She's also trained and specializes in animal nutrition and Eastern naturopathic therapies. According to a press release sent from the board, the new executive director will be using her background in team and operations management to lead the board of directors' efforts as the shelter upgrades and expands their facilities and services in 2025. And they say she's passionate about supporting the community and is wholly dedicated to advancing the shelter through innovative programs, effective leadership, and a deep commitment to animal welfare and advocacy. The nonprofit also welcomed 3 new directors to the board: Lindsay Barnett, Sue Watson, and Crystal Mason. Co-president Glenn Harris expressed his excitement for the new executive director, saying he looks forward to this new era of the shelter's growth and development. He also shared that the first of the 2 new kennel buildings should be operational by spring. The Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter is formerly known as the Morongo Basin Humane Society, where it began in 1972 and officially opened 9 years later in 1981 after the community raised over $50,000 to pay for it. You can visit the shelter Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5 p.m. You can also see their adoptables and their donation needs at www.joshuatreenoKillShelter.org. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Tonight, the 29 Palms City Council will face a light agenda of planning commission appointments and possibly assisting a local aid organization with monthly funds. Reporter Heather Clisby has more.
Tonight's 29 Palms City Council meeting will kick off with a presentation by the San Bernardino County DA's office on Proposition 36, followed by a report on the Holiday Art Fair by Kathy Snodgrass, an event made possible by a community events grant. Following a recommendation from the City Council Subcommittee, Council will officially reappoint Leslie Pahana and Jim Krushat to the Planning Commission. Council will then consider a temporary monthly funding of Hope Project, an effort born out of CLEP, Community Learning and Equipping Project, a 29 Palms-based organization that assists vulnerable residents through education and food distribution. The meeting takes place on Tuesday, February 11th at 6 p.m. at City Hall, 6136 Adobe Road. It can be live-streamed or viewed on demand via the city's website, 29palms.org. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission will consider a request for design changes of a vacant retail space. Reporter Adeline J. Wells joins us with that and more from tonight's agenda.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting will begin with the review of an exterior color change application for a commercial space located between 57580 and 57588 29 Palms Highway. Formerly occupied by Aaron's Appliance and Furniture Rental business, the applicant would like to extend the existing parapet and remove the 2 decorative tower features. Town staff recommends the Commission approve the application as the proposed architectural changes are in line with the commercial design guidelines. The Planning Commission will then receive the Land Development Update on private development and capital project activity within Yucca Valley. Tonight's meeting is open to the public and begins at 6 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The Morongo Unified School District Board of Directors will hold their regular meeting tonight at 6 p.m. at Joshua Tree Elementary School. Reporter Gabriel Hart has highlights from the meeting's agenda for us today.
The board will establish and appoint the Citizens Oversight Committee to inform the public concerning the expenditure of proceeds from the bonds approved under the 2024 bond measure. Applicants include Jeff Brady, John Cole, Jennifer Cusack, Paul Hoffman, Daniel Ineguez, Brian Sullivan, and Rebecca Wahlberg. There will be a policy update to reflect new law SB 494/2023, prohibiting a governing board from taking action to terminate a superintendent under specified conditions, plus a policy update to reflect new law AB 1078/2023, which requires that district's policy prohibiting discrimination, harassment, intimidation, and bullying include a statement that the policy applies to all acts of governing board and superintendent in enacting policies and procedures that govern the district. There will be a bylaw update regarding remuneration, reimbursement, and other benefits, including a statement of potential to increase compensation for board members beyond the limit delineated in Education Code, in an amount not to exceed 5% based on present monthly rate. There will be reports for Board of Trustees payment, board purchase order, and payroll summary, plus a proposed budget calendar for 2025. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
When directors at the Bighorn Desert View Water Agency meet at 6 p.m. today, they'll consider entering an outside agreement for accounting services. Reporter Mike Lipsitz is here to fill in the details.
Following a closed session conference with the labor negotiator in connection with the general manager, directors will consider contracting with an outside vendor to assist staff with accounting services. If approved, the agreement will cost the agency approximately $55,000 annually. The public is invited to attend in person at the agency's board meeting office under the old water tower on Cherokee Trail in Landers. Remote participation is also an option. See this story at Z107.7fm.com for a link to the full agenda, which includes information on all options for viewing or participating in tonight's meeting. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
The annual Miss Yucca Valley Scholarship Pageant was held over the weekend, and a new Miss Yucca Valley has been crowned. 11 high school juniors competed in the pageant for scholarship prizes sponsored by the Yucca Valley Sunset Rotary Club. Audrey Grady was named Miss Yucca Valley, and she and her court will participate in community events throughout the next year. She received a $2,000 scholarship. Her court includes First Princess Acacia Smith, Second Princess Alyssa Ramos, and Third Princess Sofia Gonzalez, who will receive scholarships in the amount of $1,500, $1,000, and $750, respectively. The Sheldon and Tara Huff Essay Award and $250 scholarship was awarded to Anya Yakamau. Miss Congeniality was awarded to Vanessa Cifuentes, and Miss Photogenic was awarded to Kaya Romero. And finally, there will be a USDA-sponsored food distribution today in association with San Bernardino County Action Partnership in Joshua Tree and Wonder Valley from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Food boxes will be distributed at the Copper Mountain Mesa Community Association, located at 65336 Winter Road in Joshua Tree, from 10 a.m. to noon. There will be a drive-through only food distribution at the Wonder Valley Community Center, located at 80526.5 Amboy Road in Wonder Valley. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.